It is the RIOT on Radio U. Nikki, London's calling.
That's right. New artist, Faith Child, to Radio U with his song New Era, which everybody has been loving. And Faith is on the phone with us. And you can head over to our Facebook page at Radio U Riot if you actually want to have a chance to look at him as we talk to him right now.
Good morning, Faith Child.
Good morning. I love the way you say my name.
Really?
I think it's good.
So,
Yeah.
So are we supposed to call you Faith Child or just Faith?
You can call me Faith moving forward.
Okay, cool. Or Mr. Child?
You can call me Faith. I get that all the time. You know what? Whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your fancy, we can make it work.
Nice.
Okay.
And you're in London, right?
Yeah, I'm in London. Can I say we're the best city right now? Coronavirus is very crazy here, so I don't think I can say that right now.
Wait, okay.
Everybody's just doing what they're doing right now, wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Are you saying that Corona is bad there right now, or it's not?
Corona has cleared my music diary for like the whole year. So basing on that, it's very bad. And we've just gone into tier 2 of lockdown, which means that you can't go to houses of loved ones, etc. So it's quite crazy at the moment.
Okay. So
was London the place where for a while there you had to limit your workout time outside unless you were like walking a dog to where people were renting or borrowing dogs to be able to go outside more?
That is the most British thing ever. Yes, people were doing that. Like people that haven't worked out since like elementary school, all of a sudden they're now in gym gear. And like you haven't even lost any calories. You're not doing anything. You're just wearing the gym gear just to get outside and see your friends.
Everybody was trying to find a workaround, and that we got the news of that one as being a creative workaround with that solution. Not saying it's good or bad, but that was a workaround.
Well, so be real with us, Faith. Were you out in your workout gear for the first time in 15 years?
I'll be honest. I was terrible going to the gym prior to lockdown. And then when they now announced the gyms are opening, I said, amazing. I'm looking forward to not going. I'm looking forward to not going to the gym, But you know what? I'll tell you something. I did a charity walk last week, Tuesday, for 7 hours.
Wow.
I did 36,000 steps. And I walked for 14.7 miles.
Whoa.
So it was quite a distance. Yeah, quite a distance.
So did you do that virtually? Because here in the United States, virtual races and walks became the entire thing to do, to where you weren't actually going outside to do it. You're just doing it in place or, on a treadmill, that sort of thing.
No, it was real. Like my feet got drenched. It got soaked. When you agree to something, but you don't actually understand the magnitude of what you're agreeing to. So like some of the crew had like Wellington boots and I had like my gym trainers and I got soaked. But it was worth it for sure.
Yeah, but you don't understand the severity of what you're committing to do until last moment, until it actually happens.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you think, like walking's not that hard. It's no big deal. When you walk 14 miles, it's a way bigger deal than you think it is.
Absolutely, because we just don't do that as often or if ever. So
we are talking.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. So when I'm in the States, I'm often in Dallas. So normally I'm in Dallas, Texas. That's where I normally am. And like you rarely see people walking. Like you drive everywhere. You have drive-in banks, drive-in pharmacies, drive through everything. In England, you have to walk at least a short distance, but you guys have the luxury of literally driving to get anything you guys need. You're blessed.
That is true, but Texas is an exception because Texas is so intense.
It's big.
So it's just more intense of a place. So, yeah, you definitely here, if it doesn't have, especially during the quarantine stuff, if it did not have a drive-through, everything was so shut down for it. So even for the future for us, everything will even become more drive-through if possible or curbside because, no one goes in anymore.
It's true. It's true. So, Faith Child, talk to us about music a little bit here. How do you go from being in the London scene to we're in the United States playing your music? How does that make it across the pond?
It's beautiful. So it's beautiful. I think the joy of technology. They mentioned you mentioned a minute ago about whether I was doing my walk virtually. So specifically about New Era, I literally went on Instagram, DM'd Ty Brazzle. He was like, "Hey, I love this song. Let's do something." We did it. He got back and said, "Hey, do you want to get KB on the song?" I was like, yeah. And then he said, "Okay, let me text him." So he texts KB, and then KB texts back, and he said, "Yeah, let's do it." Now, I have clearly cut down the timeline of all of that. It wasn't that straightforward, but that's how it translates. I've got a very fun fact for you. In 2010, I did a tour through, I think, 3 states. And when we got to Tuskegee, Alabama, the previous mayor gave us our own day.
Aww.
So the 15th of October is the British Are Coming Day in Tuskegee, Alabama. We haven't been back ever since. We don't see it, but we have the certificate and the stamp of the mayor. It's brilliant.
That's awesome.
You need to take that certificate, show up in the U.S. and be like, "Hi, we're here."
Oh, the second you get to customs, just show that, and then I'm sure your trip in will be even better.
I'm sure.
That's how you pave
Thank
the
you.
way.
So talk to us about, life there. We've talked a little bit of London life. But
Faith is in London, so yeah.
What, you put out some song, you do, like, as a musician in London during this lockdown, what are you doing?
I'm literally recording demos because the studio is actually still shut. Studio is still shut, so I'm just recording demos from home, mixing songs we've already recorded. I've literally done only one online performance during this season, and it was like only one song that I recorded in the kitchen, then my drummer recorded in his house, my guitarist recorded in his house, and we meshed it all together. But I'll be honest, it is boring right now. It is really boring. Like, some people have tried to do like drive-in pop-up shows in car parks or whatnot.
Sure.
But then that got cancelled. So I don't know if that's the government or Live Nation or whoever's cancelling it. But it really sucks right now, man. It's a really bad time.
Right on. So
it's hard because for artists, I mean, that's how you're connecting, and that's having a chance to promote and show everything that you spent so hard to create, or even like you said, with studios being shut down, to not have a chance to create the same way. That it has been a unique time for our bands that we play, which is why we always stress to promote the bands and the artists however possible on social media and merchandise and supporting the music, because it really is an important time to still help them.
So
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now, if I wanted to follow Faith Child, like get a little bit more of you, where, like, your socials, like, are you more of a Twitter guy? You're more Instagram? Like, what are you doing?
So I'm more of Instagram guy. I post a selfie a day keeps vanity away. I know that makes no sense. I know it makes no sense, but hey, it makes me feel good. So if you do want to keep up to date with me, primarily Radio U is where you should be following on all socials. If you're not following, yeah. So first of all, Radio U is the place to be. The Riot is the show.
Faith, it just is wonderful.
This guy.
This is good. He knows how to do
and then
this.
secondary, you can follow me on the gram, Faith Child. And I do reply if you're polite. You don't say stuff. If you're polite, you get a reply.
Aw, well, make sure everybody follows Faith Child and says hello. And it was so awesome to meet you. I mean, technology, like we keep saying, is great. It makes it possible to connect with people no matter where they're at.
So, hey, it's been great talking to you. And I know we had some technical difficulties, but thanks for working through those with us.
Absolute pleasure. Once Trump opens the borders, I will be live in the studio with you guys. So that's a promise.
Come on in anytime.
We'll make it work.
Just remember your certificate from your day from the mayor in Alabama. That'll be important. You can come over now.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Hang tight 1 minute. Faith Child, New Era, new music on Radio U.
Here it is now on The Riot.